everybody, there you are. Oh, I've missed having you come to join on my fun learning adventures, and this one is no exception because I love the season of fall or autumn, depending on how you say it and where you're from. But by me, the air is turning cooler, the leaves are changing beautiful colors of yellow, red, orange, some brown and some green still in there, and they're falling down, making these beautiful showers of leaves. And I love that. And then there's some yummy goodness about the season of fall, like apple pie or caramel apples or caramel, however you say it. Pumpkin pie, pumpkin spice. Let me hear it. I love pumpkin spice and I love going to pick a pumpkin. And this one's really, really super cute because the really big one that I have outside is just too big for me to be carrying around. And I haven't put a face on him yet. I love to make that face look so silly and happy and put a light inside of there. And that's just a fun part of the season of fall and the things that you can do. Hay rides, build a scarecrow, apple picking, pumpkin picking, all kinds of things. Raking up those leaves and hopping in and jumping in and just so many fun things that we don't get to do all throughout the rest of the year. So it makes it unique and special. Well, that kind of made me start thinking about being unique and special, and it reminded me of a story, and it's called The Legend of Spookley, the Square Pumpkin. And this book was written by Joe Troiano and illustrated by Susan Banta. And I did not write this story, so all credit to them for coming up with this story. And I am just the lucky one who gets to read it to you, because I think it's a story that we all can identify with. And the way this looks, and the way this looks, shows me that there is something different going on. So let's get started to hear this very special story that I hope that you enjoy. The Legend of Spookley, the Square Pumpkin. One day in the pumpkin patch, the strangest little pumpkin hatched. Spookley wasn't like his friends. Where they had curves, he had ends. Look, there are all his friends looking at him. And I see something. Oh no, they look surprised and maybe a little shocked, or maybe even thought it looked a little funny. But look how he's feeling. Oh no. I don't think he's feeling so good about that. Let's see what happens next. Spookley was different. He was odd. He was rare. Spookley the pumpkin wasn't round. He was square. While the round pumpkins had fun rolling along, poor Spookley sat there shaped all wrong. He tried and tried with all his might, but he couldn't budge. He just sat tight. Means he couldn't really move, right? Look, he's trying, he's pushing, he's pulling, he's trying to get moving like all his other friends, and well, it just wasn't as easy for him. The other pumpkins teased him because he was square. Spookley wished he was round and could roll everywhere. That is until one night when they all discovered it's fine to be round when the weather is fair, but there are times it's better to be square. I wonder why. Oh, look at that scarecrow. There he is. I love making scarecrows. Oh, they're so much fun. They're supposed to scare the crows away, but I don't know. Halloween was just a day away when a mighty storm blew across the bay. It tossed the round pumpkins to and fro. It snapped their vines, then off they'd go. bouncing left, slamming right, banging, bashing, what a sight! Spookley sat there filled with fright, but glad to be a square that night. Why? Do you remember why? Because he wasn't round, and when he's square, he has a flat bottom and sides that made it so hard for him to move around. Even when the wind was blowing, he just stayed in that same spot. Ooh, looks like a frightening night. Do you like thunder and lightning? I like rain, and sometimes I do like thunder. Lightning kind of catches me off guard sometimes and makes me a little bit nervous. But we know that lightning will pass eventually, so we got to try to be brave and try to make ourselves think of something else while we wait. Suddenly, the fence gave way. 3 pumpkins rolled out and into the bay. He lost some of his friends right out through the fence. Oh no, see? Here they come down the hill. I didn't know they were that close to water. Oh no! Spookley knew what must be done. It was up to him. He was the one. He teetered, he tottered, he tipped, he tried, and finally flipped. He was on his side. He had something in mind to do, and he kept trying and trying and trying his best until finally he did it. Wonder what he wants to do. Where is he going? Maybe he's trying to get out of the storm. Maybe it scared him. Again he tipped. Again he flopped. Again he flipped. And then he stopped. Right in the gap where the fence had snapped. He blocked the way. The hole was capped. All the pumpkins shouted, "Hooray!" Spookley the square pumpkin had saved the day. Then a pumpkin hit him with a whack. He thought his shell would start to crack. Then another one hit him with a thump, and another one with a smack. Oh no, hold on, Spookley. Look at his face. Oh no, I see what's happening. The wind was still rolling all these pumpkins into the fence. And Spookley was the one that was getting all these pumpkins on top of him and rolling into him. Then, one by one, a ton of pumpkins piled on the stack with a bang and a bash and a crunch and a crash. And then it all went black. Look at all their faces. They were worried. I see some that even looked scared. They were frightened. All those are really big emotions. And I don't always think those emotions feel so good. Oh, I'm happy that they're all together though. Let's see what happens next. At dawn, when the storm had stopped, the farmer came out and checked his crop. He picked the pumpkins up one by one and laid them out in the warm, dry sun. Oh, good. They were all wet and tired. It was a long night. And when the last was moved away, the farmer could see what had saved the day. An odd-shaped pumpkin, short and dense, was wedged against the broken fence. Do you remember who it was? Spookley. Its shell was bruised, its stem was too. But there was brave little Spookley, sitting straight and strong and true. Right then and there the farmer knew all of the seeds he'd ever sown, Spookley's were the most special that had ever grown. I'm starting to get an idea, and I'm starting to see I'm not going to give it away. I think you're catching on too. And the next year when it was time to sow, he sowed those seeds in every row. He watered and weeded and watched them grow. And oh, that morning about mid-June, when the pumpkin patch began to bloom, there were tiny pumpkins everywhere, hundreds and hundreds, most of them square. Look at them all starting to grow. But some were cubes, some were rectangular, some were flat and others triangular. There was a bed of bright red ones and 2 rows of blue. That was unexpected. Keep working with me. Stay with me. If the blue threw you off, if the triangular and the rectangular and the other shapes didn't throw you off, stay with me, I promise. There were polka-dotted pumpkins. Well, keep holding on because that was unexpected too. And rainbow ones too. There were thousands of colors and hundreds of shapes. Oh, what a garden variety makes. I'm starting to get a really good idea. Now, every year on Halloween, Spookley's patch is quite a scene. People come from far and near to see what wonders grew that year. They stop, they gawk, they gaze, they stare. Then they pick a pumpkin that's round, triangular, or perfectly square. I want to stop and go back. Look at that precious little smile. And look how happy. And everyone has their own unique looking pumpkins. All I see are happy faces now. Now you know the story of how Spookley grew. Maybe someday, if you tell someone to, they'll go tell someone who'll go and tell another. And maybe one day, we all will discover you can't judge a book or a pumpkin by its cover. That's what I was starting to think. That's what's so special about Spookley. I want us all to think about this. Have there been times where maybe you felt like you just didn't fit in? Maybe you felt like your hair was too curly, it was too short, it was too long, it was the wrong color. Maybe you had different color eyes than your friends and all your friends wanted to have only the brown-eyed club. Or maybe you felt like you weren't good at a sport. Or maybe you weren't feeling like you had the nicest singing voice. Or maybe you weren't as tall as your other friends and they were kind of laughing about how short you were. Or there can be a million reasons and not all of them are right at all. There could be a million reasons why you may not feel like you fit in. But what did we just learn about Spookley? Spookley certainly did not look like all those other round pumpkins, but he was still a pumpkin that grew in the patch with all the other pumpkins. And you know what? He mattered just as much as all the other pumpkins. And what made him feel so different was his superpower at the end that made him special and unique, just like you. And Spookley was able to use his difference to make a difference because it was his heart that made the difference, really, right? Because he saw that he could help, and he did. And all those other pumpkins weren't able to do what Spookley could do. But when we all work together like Spookley did, we can make a big difference in this world. And it didn't matter. At the end of the day, everyone got to see the power of being unique and different, being used all together, how it can make a big difference. And you are part of that. You are unique. You are special. You matter. And you have a place in this world. And don't let anyone or anything tell you any differently, because you matter. And I'm so glad that you're here. And I hope that you love this story of Spookley. A little different, right? Yeah. And all the different colors and the shapes and the sizes. We all matter. And I'm so glad that you're here. I hope that you have a great week. And thank you for stopping by. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can keep coming back on all these fun learning adventures together. Whoa. Wonder what's happening out there. Well, I guess I'll go check it out. Bye, guys. Have a great week. I'll see you again.